Ready? Hello, once again, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome into the Kent State Ice Arena. Shaker Heights in their second game of their run in the OHSAA Kent District Tournament. The winner of this Kent District moves on to the Final Four down in Columbus. We'll see how Shaker Heights performs today going into their second game. Big jump in their opponent. They started off taking on number 63 in the state out of a 60, I believe, 69 team ranking, so obviously much lower in the state. But now here they're up against one of the middle of the pack teams, number 33 in the OHSAA state rankings, and that's the Hudson Explorers, a team that is coming off some big games. They have defeated Benedictine. They have also defeated Rocky River recently to become the runner-up in the Red Division's Barron Cup for the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. However, they did lose to Menor. It was a final of 7-2, so maybe Shaker can take a little bit of that into this game. They understand that Hudson is a team they should beat, and of course the rankings tell you as such as well. Shaker Heights comes in ranked number 22, as said Hudson, all the way down there at 33. But to give you a little bit of perspective, that's actually in front of Benedictine, a team that Shaker Heights lost to on their senior day not too long ago. And now Shaker Heights comes in after a big dominant win yesterday against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. As it's been for the past couple of years, ever since I started broadcasting, Shaker Heights has mercied their first opponent in the OHSAA tournament. Of course, today that's going to be a different story. With the way the Max Preps rankings have gone, Hudson got a bye round when Shaker Heights did have to play NDCL. Actually, that round just finished up with the game taking place right before this one. It was Orange versus Solon. Really good game. They stuck to each other till the very, very end when Orange pulled away. They finished it off with a 7-4 victory, but Shaker Heights knows that this is going to be a much different competition. We're not going to be seeing Lincoln Goldstein as much. We're not going to be seeing Max Brokaw as much. Dylan Ursepke, a lot of these players that got more ice time yesterday, including players like Eamon Fury, Ian Schneiberg. A lot of those players aren't going to get the same minutes because this is a game that Shaker needs to give it their all if they want to defeat the Hudson Explorers, who, as we were talking to some of the parents, the Hudson players know that they are able to win this game if they really put their best step forward, because Hudson, again, they've beaten teams like Benedictine, who Shaker did lose to earlier in the season. Hudson with a lot of momentum on their side. We'll see if they're able to get it done. They are technically the home team, seeded number 8. Shaker down, seeded number 9. We'll see if Shaker Heights can technically get that upset. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the play-by-play. We're going to send you down as we get the rink announcements. Hopefully the volume's more turned up this time.
Or at least talk together. Oh, exactly.
after the anthem of the nation, we are set for some Northeast Ohio hockey action. Shaker Heights taking on the Hudson Explorers in Shaker's second game of their run in the Kent District Tournament. Again, winner of this tournament moving on to the Final Four down in Columbus. Shaker Heights supposed to win this game, but granted, they are the lower seed down at number 9. Hudson in that number 8 spot. Shaker knows that the Max Preps rankings did not do them well, and as a result, the seeding had them drop a little bit lower, forced them into that game against NDCL yesterday. Shaker clearly proved that they were the better team with the 11-0 win after only 2 periods of play. Shaker Heights in the red uniforms, Hudson in their white uniforms with navy blue accents. And we'll see who can prove that they deserve to take on University School. That game will be on Tuesday. Shaker has already lost to University School once earlier this season in a 6-0 final. They would really love to take on their rival once more and hopefully give them a little bit of a revenge game. We'll see what happens. They got to punch their ticket there first. So we heard the starting lineups. We're going to be seeing Colin Arth out there with Connor Mayhew and Ryan Lenahan back in at a first line. Arth taking the face-off here against Corbel, and Corbel wins it back to the Explorers. Already Benincasa already with a quick hit in the neutral zone. And Shaker Heights is going to need to regroup back in their own side of the zone. Here they will clear it out right past the stick of number 16, Nolan Carter, the sophomore forward who was set up at the point. Shaker trying to swoop it back up into their own possession in the neutral zone, but instead it flips up and in to the near side Red Raider bench. So face off, it looks like we'll be right outside their bench, outside of the Red Raider blue line. Again, Michael Better going to be your starting goaltender. We saw Marios Calere just get majority of the minutes yesterday against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. But Michael Better back in as your starter. You never know, any game at this point in the season could be his last for Shaker hockey, but hopefully Shaker will live to see another day. Right now, Hudson with the momentum as they continue to set up in their offensive zone. They'll bank this one off the glass. Benincasa will touch back up. It looks like it'll be played with a high stick, so we'll be getting a face-off back in the Red Raiders side. Here, face-off to be taken by Joey Moore. He wins it back to Braden White. White has it clear out of the zone. Looks like it hit an Explorer's stick, but oh, they still call icing. Thought that might have grazed the stick of the Explorer along the far side boards, but they say no. Juan did win the race there, but yeah, not going to get to go his way. Red Raiders back in their own side once again for another face-off. It's a little rich to take it. He'll win it back to Braden White. They're going to run the same play back, but this time it's picked up by Jake Zoidic, who sends it right back around. Here, struggling to keep with it, is one of the Red Raiders behind the net, Cam Mayhew. I believe someone lost a piece of equipment. Oh, it was an Explorer behind the net. Here's a centering pass, and eventually a shot with an outstretched Lowell Rich. He'll drop down to the ice, and he'll be able to clear it out of the zone. Delayed offsides on the Explorers, and we'll get some quick changes. Right now, it's been all Explorers as we begin play. Shaker needs to lock back in, because again, if they win this game, you're still going to have to take on number 5 in the state, University School, on Tuesday. Again, there's been an increasing talent down the bracket for Shaker Heights' opponents. They had to take on number 63 NDCL. Now here they are against 33 Hudson. With a win, they move all the way up to 5th in the state, University School. Not a whole lot of consistency in their opponents. You have to play up to who you are playing, and Shaker Heights needs to understand that they can't play at the level that they did against a team like Benedictine if they really want to beat a team like Hudson. Here, good behind the back pass from Colin Arth, trying to get it to Lenahan and stride down the far side, unable to really connect as Hudson poked it away immediately. Right now, still Hudson with all the momentum. Back behind their zone, it's Cole Richard. Richard hangs on for a moment, makes a nifty little move around one of the forwards, gets it out to Benincasa. Benincasa clears the zone, but immediately it's to the stick of Max Grote. Grote sends it back into the zone. Who picks it up? It'll be Cole Richard. Richard to Lenahan. Shaker still unable to clear the zone. Here with a second effort by Richard. It'll bank off the far side boards. Here taking it over in the neutral zone. Colin Arth. Arth sends it in off the backhand. Goes off for a change. Hudson. Are they going to be able to clear it? No. Cole Richard keeps it in at the point. Delivers it over to Lenahan. Lenahan whiffs on the shot. Hudson back with it. Can they clear it away? It looks like they will, but again, right to the stick of a Red Raider set up along the blue line. That time, Benincasa wraps it back around the boards. 12:20 to go in this first period of play. 0-0 still the scoreless affair. Benincasa banks it off the near side. Hudson bench boards. Hudson sends it right back out of their zone. Braden White with a bit of a misplay. It'll give Hudson a rush on the far side. Though Joey Moore holds up that time. Brody Carter. And he's still sticking to him like glue. He'll take his man down. No penalty called. And now it looks like Brody Carter and Joey Moore still in a physical battle over here in the near side boards, though play has gone the other way. Still no penalty called. They're letting this one play out for the second playoff game in Shaker's run. Right now, out there as forwards, Moore, Juan, and Lenahan. Lenahan now hopping off. Coming out is Isaac Lazar to join the play. There, Juan taken down from behind, but Lazar swoops in, tries to deliver a pass into the center. Nobody really there. Braden White keeps it in against Brody Carter, who was trying to send it out from his own blue line. Shaker holds on for now, and now looks like Juan was just pancaked over there along the far side. There, a shot from White. Looking to send another one on goal like how he did yesterday, but this time a glove save is made by the goaltender number 37, Brody Thome. Sophomore goaltender in the crease today for the Explorers. We'll see if Shaker Heights is able to take advantage. He's also not a big guy in the crease. Granted, Michael Better isn't a big guy either, but isn't exactly the size of this Thome on the Explorers. So yeah, hopefully Shaker can just take advantage of that big size differential. 10:50 left to go. Aiden Saman picking it up along the near side board. Sees my puck in the net pick. We'll deliver the others to you during the next whistle. Lowell Rich taking this out from along the far side boards, though he's hit a little bit up high, unable to make the play on it as he's thrown back. Aiden Salmon gets to it, sends it right back around the boards. 10.5 to go in this first period of play. Hudson now backed up into their own zone a lot. They're unable to clear the zone, but they are maintaining possession. Here Kiltz keeps it in for Lenahan to try to pick up, but instead it'll go once again to Zoidic. Can he clear it out? He'll hold on for now. Connor Mayhew pressuring. It's wrapped around the boards for the Explorer number 27, Tossie. And he'll send this one into the Red Raider zone. Benincasa is going to be the first guy there. Once again in a physical battle. Who's going to win it? Oh, it'll be freed up to the point. Michael Better with the save. And keeping it scoreless for now. Connor Mayhew takes it out, sends it to the near side. Dumps this one in, and it looks like it'll go as an icing on the Red Raiders with 9:48 left to go in this first period. 0-0 your score. Hudson playing just fine so far. You know, they got a face-off in their offensive zone. It's going to be taken by number 11, Max Corbel. The sophomore forward going up against Connor Mayhew for the draw. Who will win it back? It's going to be Corbel. The shot went wide, that time from Brody Carter. And now here behind the net, 11 against 11. Braden White going to win the puck back. Loose puck, unable to get there first is Ryan Lenahan. Hudson has a lot of speed with him right now. And that's just beating Shaker for the moment. Shaker is controlling the puck a little bit more, but Hudson just seems to get to the loose pucks first. And here, a pass up to Colin Arth. Goes right past his stick. Mayhew gets it back before Hudson can enter in. Sepke leaving it Mayhew. Mayhew tries to send it cross ice. His man Ryan Lenahan out of position. 9:10 left to go in this first period of play. Hudson dumps this one down. Should be an icing on the Explorers, and indeed we'll get the hand raise, the whistle, and that icing call. 9:05 to go in this first period. 0-0 your current score between the Red Raiders and the Hudson Explorers. Hudson entering in with a winning record, 15-13-1 per Max Preps. But of course, since the new year, they've actually had a losing record, 5-6-1, with some big losses, specifically coming against Menor. Ooh, they're a big hit from Joey Moore along the far side. My goodness, you could hear that crunch between the players. Here taking it back. Cole Richard keeps it in. Juan tries to go for a one-time shot as he's taken down to the ice. 8:40 left to go in the first period to the near side. Andy Benincasa is going to take it, trying to move it up the left wing, but instead he's met by a couple different explorers who halt his movements. Here, Axel Schneider keeps it in along the blue line on the far side point. And as it's wrapped around the boards, it goes to the near side and cleared. Cole Richard back in the neutral zone. He's going to dump this one in. Delayed offsides, they call it. Joey Moore eventually going to touch back up. Lowell Rich entering into the zone, trying to get there first. Not a whole lot of size right now on forwards with Ryan Kiltz, Joey Moore, and Lowell Rich, but we'll see what they can get going. Maybe a little bit more speed for the Red Raiders, which they could use as a counter here. Lowell Rich turns it over right out in front, and the shot taken by number 13, Marshall Murdo. He'll be saved by Michael Better. Here Ryan Kiltz along the far side, trying to send it back into the center slot, but Hudson will take it over, and the tip to save made by Michael Better, and we remain at a 0-0 score. 7:48 left to go in the first period of play. Lenahan, Mayhew, and Arth coming back out as the first line of forwards. On defense, it's going to be Braden White and Cam Mayhew as the second line. Here it's turned over back in the slot once again, and the one-time shot buried by number 11, Max Corbel. And Hudson's going to take the lead as we near the halfway point of this first period. Shaker Heights not moving the puck well at all throughout these first couple of minutes, and right now it's getting to them. Once again, against a team they should beat. But right now, they are not handling the pressure well in the postseason. Took care of business yesterday. But today, a different story as we open up play. Here, Cam Mayhew handling it back behind the net of Michael Better, trying to clear it, but it's kept in for now along the blue line. Cam Mayhew getting it back behind the net of Michael Better. Mayhew sends it up, but it's tipped up and into the netting, actually out into the benches, where Colby Mayhew picks up the puck. .27 left to go in this first period. Referee's eventually getting a new puck. As the referee blows his whistle, he's set to drop it, and indeed he throws it down with authority. Shaker takes off the face-off. Benincasa sends it around, but it's picked up by Jake Zoidic. Shaker really struggling to maintain possession. We'll see what they can do here. It's immediately poked away, and in the slot, here's Hudson on another chance, but Benincasa took the forward down. Shaker maybe going to try another rush. Here's Connor Mayhew trying to skate around his man, creates a breakaway chance, but shoots it right at the crest. Save made by number 37, Brody Thome. 7:04 to go in the first period. There we go. Shaker needs to keep rushes going like that, and Lenahan's going to need to get that puck out quicker. Can't let turnovers like that actually come in clutch for Hudson. Here, Benincasa with a kick keeps it in the zone, but now he'll set up a 3-on-2 the other way. Hudson with the shot, and the save made by Michael Better. And once again, another shot right at the crest. Both teams more than likely going to try to diversify their shots. But right now, Hudson's still with the lead 1-0. Here's another shot, a save made with the blocker of Michael Better. It's sent into the back boards. Here trying to sweep this one out was Isaac Lazar. Instead, it's kept in for now with a sweeping stick of the defenseman in front. Set up at the point, but now Shaker takes over. Isaac Lazar with the shot save made by Thome. Taking it back, Joey Moore to the point. Here's the shot by Braden White, and it hit his man out in front, Sebi Juan. Here's another chance for Cam Mayhew. Tipped in, goes wide into the glass. Keeping it in for now, Braden White. But Hudson has control, pass all the way up. Just barely on sides. Cam Mayhew playing his guy, number 16, Nolan Carter. Here's another shot that's tipped and goes into the near side corner boards. Kept in at the point for now, but Lowell Rich sweeps it up and now creates a 2-on-2 rush if he hurries. He's with Isaac Lazar, tries to deke around his man, loses it. And now here in the neutral zone, Shaker dumps it right back into the attacking area. 6 minutes to go, just less than that in this first period of play. Hudson with the lead, 1-0 your score. Taking it back in the neutral zone is Cole Richard, trying to move it up to his forward, Ryan Kilt. He's not in position to make that play. Here Cole Richard tries to deke around another forward, loses it. Shaker just trying to be a little bit too fancy. And now here in the slot, Shaker takes it back over, again turned over in the slot. My goodness, Ryan Kilt's clearing it out of the zone eventually. And picking it up is Cole Richard, moving it in past the blue line, trying to do it all himself. He'll take the shot, but it went wide. I believe it got a bit of the pad out in front of Brody Thome. Now Hudson clears this one down. No icing, say the referees, an agreement. And now here, scooping this one up is going to be Aiden Salmon. Salmon moving it forward, and now into the corner. He throws off the man, but the Explorers will get it back as a second Explorer comes in to join the play. Here, Benincasa trying to take it back at the point, unable to keep it in at the point, but he'll keep possession, and Shaker might just be a little bit happy to at least keep it on their sticks. Here, Benincasa dumps it into the zone, and he'll set up at the point. Aiden Salmon giving chase as he tries to make the physical play along the backboards. Freed up to the point, Braden White with the shot. It's tipped in into the glove of Thome. It's still loose out in front. Ryan Kilt's trying to get there, and he'll wrap it back around. We'll see. Hudson going to try to clear it out, and indeed they're going to wrap it back around for Kilt's to get there first. Kilt's trying to send it back over to his forward Arth, but instead it clears out of the zone. Good pressure that time by number 16, Nolan Carter, and number 3, Brody Carter. Here, Hudson with another opportunity, centering it into the slot. Good stick lift that time by Kiltz, but a secondary shot goes wide. Less than 4 minutes to go in this first period behind the net. It's picked up by Braden White. He tries to wrap it around, but it looks like it went up and out of play. So Hudson still with the lead. 1-0 your score, 3:51 left to go in the first period. Winner of this one moves on to face University School on Tuesday. And again, Shaker would love the chance to take on their rival once more. Connor Mayhew along the Red Raider blue line, moves swiftly around number 7, Ace Berghoff. But with a second effort, again, the Explorers just getting there at the right place, right time. And they were right there to make that play and keep it in the zone. Shaker eventually will clear it, but they just don't have possession. Right now, their strategy is dump and chase. Here's Cole Richard, poked away from, but Cam Mayhew keeping it in at the blue line for now. Delayed offsides, just barely. Everyone needing to touch back up in the neutral zone. But Hudson's got it, and they're able to clear it away. Cole Richard takes it behind the net. He's pressured right now by that guy number 27, Tosi, once again. Shaker clears it to the red line of center ice, sent right back in where it came from. Cole Richard going to try to settle things down behind the net of Michael Better. He'll leave it, nobody there. Colin Arth creates the turnover in the corner. But will it have enough on it to clear out of the zone? No, Lenahan right in front of Connor Mayhew there. A good stick lift from Cole Richard. Frees out the puck from the slot, and Michael Better able to slap down the glove and get the whistle, keeping this a 1-0 score. My goodness, Hudson with all of it right now. And again, Shaker entering in the second periods. We all know second periods are never their strong suit. They could use at least a tied game going into the middle frame. Here's Hudson with a nifty little pass, but off the backhand it goes right off of Brody Carter. And as it's sent back around the boards, who's going to get there first, Axel Schneider or Braden White? It looks like Hudson might be able to get it first. We'll see. Still a 2-on-2 battle for it. Braden White frees it out. He gives it to Sebi Juan. Juan tries to bank it off the boards, unable to keep it moving as an Explorer kicks it away. Here pass from Braden White. Pass into the center from Joey Moore. Goes off the skate of Sebi Juan. And once again, it looks like the Explorers are going to be able to clear it out of their zone without a Red Raider shot. Oh, but here's a good turnover. Axel Schneider tries to take it away as he's held up along the boards. He'll leave it to Joey Moore. Moore sends it back, finds Schneider. Schneider trying to settle things down behind the net. He's looking for what to do next. Sebi Juan tries to lift it up to the point. Kept in for now by Benincasa as he flips it back deep into the zone. 100 seconds remain in this first period of play. Hudson with the opportunity to clear it away, and they will, but Lowell Rich with a good stick lift, and Benincasa getting there, able to take it away for a second, but they're back with it. Here, Benincasa takes down an Explorer in the corner. The man with the puck, however, will get it back to the point. Hudson still with control, now behind the net as it was wrapped around. And behind the net, Michael Better hugging that near side post as Shaker takes it away. They're going to clear it out of their zone and get the whistle for the icing. Shaker Heights right now under some pressure, and they are losing this one with 70 seconds left to go in this first period. Lowell Rich to take this face-off here against number 21, Willie Gia. It looks like Gia might be able, with a second effort, to get it out. Oh, the shot will hit off of Cam Mayhew in the lane. Shaker takes it. They'll clear it right back down. This is not the position Shaker wanted to be in, and continuing to just dump it out of the zone continuously. We'll see what they can do with a minute remaining. Rich to take this face off for the Red Raiders once again, but it's one of the near side boards. That shot blocked by Braden White, but Hudson sticking with it. Here's another pass into the slot, picked up by Braden White, and it will clear out of the zone for Kiltz to pick up, and he overskated it. My goodness, Hudson gets it back along the far side boards. Cam Mayhew gets there first. Loose puck goes around the boards to Aiden Salmon. Salmon trying to take the opportunity to clear it out, and Lowell Rich will now try to find Ryan Kiltz in stride, but the Explorer number 27, Tossie, right in his way. Again, Hudson just right place, right time. They are where they need to be. Ryan Kiltz takes a man down along the far side boards, freeing it out to Lowell Rich. Rich goes past the red line of center ice and dumps it in. Connor Mayhew gets there first, leaves it to Benincasa. Benincasa thrown off the play, but he'll recover. 7 seconds left to go in the first period. Kept in at the point for now by Joey Moore. Moore immediately met by a stick of the Explorers. He'll take the shot. It's blocked, and that concludes what was a sloppy first period of the Shaker Heights Red Raiders, and what was exactly the first period that the Hudson Explorers needed. As both teams will head to the locker room. As you can see, the Red Raiders on the far side of the rink. Hudson going to stay to the near side, as that's just their locker room assignments. But right now, Shaker needs to understand that there is work to be done in the middle frame that they are not used to succeeding in. Again, second periods just have been their nightmare over the course of the season, so they need to find a little bit of something to carry them through the middle set of 15 minutes. Right now, Shaker Heights down 1-0 after the first 15. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We will be back for the call of the second period. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans. Welcome back into the Kent State Ice Arena. Shaker Heights down 1 against the Hudson Explorers, a team that Shaker is supposed to beat. Hudson knows that they can beat Shaker Heights, and right now they have taken advantage of that mentality. Right now they are up 1-0. Shaker Heights really did play a sloppy first period, and here are the stats proving as such. Right now they are even in shots on goal, but they're losing the shots attempted 10-7, and they're losing faceoffs once again 11-5. A very different story than what they had to deal with yesterday. Shaker Heights went in, dominated against the Lions of NDCL. They went in, they had shots on goal be 36-9 to the advantage of the Red Raiders, but now Shaker Heights comes in, and they are just not playing up to the skill that they know they can play at. Right now, we saw for the final moments of that first period, we saw that we got some of the big guns out there in Joey Moore, in Ryan Lenahan, and Connor Mayhew. Maybe head coach Matt Bartley puts them back out there as a line together, considering the very first period did not have a good showing for the very first line. Shaker Heights was not able to get any passes going. They weren't able to clear it out of their zone with efficiency. It once again goes back to the defensive lapses in which Shaker Heights played with earlier this season. Shaker Heights knows that they are able to work past that, and we'll see if they can here in the second period, the period of which they have for the entirety of the season played less than the other two periods. Shaker Heights has really struggled in this middle frame. We'll see if they can change the narrative right here for the next 15 minutes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. Let's get you down there. I will be on the play-by-play for this second period. So Hudson here in their first game of their run in the tournament. Shaker Heights in their second game. Hudson seeded number 8, Shaker Heights seeded number 9. Last season, Hudson came in and they defeated Kent Roosevelt 7-2 in their first game of the district tournament, but then they fell to Gilmore Academy 7-1. So now Shaker Heights is hoping to give them that same kind of luck, but right now it's just not looking like it. They will send back out that first line with Colin Arth, Connor Mayhew, and Ryan Lenahan out on the wing. And on defense, you're going to see the sophomore and the senior duo that we know and love since the very beginning of the season, Cole Richard and Andy Benincasa. The head coach, Matt Bartley, hasn't changed that up much at all since the beginning of the season. We'll see if they can prove that their chemistry can keep pucks out of the net. Michael Better still your starting goaltender in for the second period, and let's see what we got cooking for the middle frame. Here comes Hudson. Out of their face-off win, they'll send the puck right into the Red Raider bench, where it's going to be Noah Mayan to pick it up. Noah Mayan and Mario Scalergis both available as backup goaltenders here today for the Red Raiders. Yesterday, it was only Mario Scalergis who came in only a couple minutes into that NDCL matchup. Shaker Heights with a little bit more energy, it seems, coming out of the opening draw. We'll see what they can get going. Hopefully Bartley gave him a good little pep talk in the locker room, because Shaker Heights needs it right now. Cole Richard with a bit of a poke. Just misses Ryan Lenahan, so Hudson takes a little poke of their own, sends it back into the Red Raider side. Cole Richard collides with Colin Arth, and they're unable to keep it moving. They were all bunched up together in the slot. They couldn't keep it going their way, and as a result, Hudson takes it, dumps it down the length of the ice. Icing is the call. 14:22 left to go in the second period. 1-0 the current score, Hudson leading. Joey Moore comes in to take this face-off. Lazar and Juan on the wings. Here Braden White tries a shot from the point. Or I suppose from the center of the blue line, actually, not as much the point. Here Juan taking it off the shot from the backboards. He tries to send it back to the near side point for Braden White, but it's poked away that time by Brody Carter. Now he's giving chase, and it looks like he might win the race there. And indeed he will, up against Braden White. He'll free it out to his Explorer co-forwards. Now up to the point, Hudson with a chance. They try the shot, stick save by Michael Better, goes into the near side corner boards. Isaac Lazar tries to free it up now in the slot. It'll go to Brody Carter, who took the shot, but the glove save made by Michael Better. 13:44 left to go in this second period of play. 1-0, Hudson still has the lead. Kiltz and Salmon back out on the wings. Lowell Rich to take the face-off. Here, your puck in the net picks, by the way. I realize we never really got to those in the broadcast. I took Aiden Salmon. Jeffrey Ellum went with Joey Moore. That's our cameraman taking Joey Moore. And our student manager, Maya Mayan, went with Ryan Kiltz. And the injured man, Teddy McGinnis, decided to go with Colin Arth. We'll see. 2 puck in the net picks out there right now in Aiden Salmon and Ryan Kiltz. We'll see what they can get going. Along the far side corner boards, 2 Red Raiders, now really 3 Red Raiders up against 2 Explorers. Looks like the Red Raiders with numbers might be able to fish it out, but Lowell Rich leaves that play. Hudson takes it. The shot goes wide. 13-10 left to go as Shaker tries to take it back as the shot cleared out of the zone, but Hudson takes it back in their zone. And they'll skate around with it for a moment. They will clear it out as they skate it past the blue line. But now Brody Carter tries to send it back. Shaker unable to keep control of the puck, and that has really hurt them so far in the early stages of the game. Here, Andy Benincasa with a huge hit along the near side corner boards, and he's a little slow to get up. Here, Colin Arth creating the turnover. He's going to get there first and create a breakaway chance for himself. He'll move past the left pad and pop it up and into the back of the net. Colin Arth with the goal. And who else but Teddy McGinnis on the puck in the net pick. Injured man still making a difference here on the broadcast. Good pick by him, and with that, Shaker Heights evens this one up. It's 1 apiece with 12:36 to go in the second period. Shaker Heights moving their feet just a little bit quicker here in this middle frame, and right now it's working for them as they even things up. Here's Connor Mayhew trying to get it back. Set up behind the blue line was Cam Mayhew, and as he sent this one back up, that should be offsides, and indeed it's going to be. Faceoff will be right outside the Hudson zone. Quick shift for Lenahan, Mayhew, and Arth. They're going to head back off. Schneider, Juan, and Moore come back as forwards. On defense right now, Cam Mayhew and Braden White. Here it's going to be Juan taking the face off against Corbel. Corbel going to win it back to the Explorers defenseman, number 6, Max Grote. Gives it up. Here come the Explorers. That shot goes off the top of the glove and did go wide, so the save technically made by Michael Better, but everyone held their breath for a moment here at the Kent State Ice Arena. Whether you were hoping it went in or not. Here Braden White turns this one over to number 16, Nolan Carter, but he'll get it back as Joey Moore bumps him off the play there. Sebi Juan takes a hit at center ice, and it looks like that will be ruled interference, and that's exactly what it should have been. Petrie knew it. He'll give the signal to the scorer's table as Shaker Heights gets their very first power play of the tournament here in Game 2 of their run. We'll see what they can do with it. So far, their power play has struggled over the past couple of weeks, or perhaps just the majority of the season. Here, Lenahan taking the face-off, winning it back, Andy Benincasa. Benincasa leaving it to the point for Cole Richard to hang on for the moment. He's looking to take the shot, and indeed he will, trying to sneak it through to that bottom left corner. Unfortunately, it went wide. Lenahan waiting to pass it. He'll give it up to Joey Moore as they flip spots. Moore with a shot at it off of his man in front, Andy Benincasa. Benincasa now holds it there along the boards, frees it out to the point where Lenahan holds it. He'll stop for a moment, tries to send it back to Joey Moore. But now picking it back up is Benincasa. Here the shot from Richard goes off the crossbar and up and into the top netting and out of play. Great opportunity that time. 88 seconds remain in the penalty time. 11:19 remain in this second period. Lenahan to take this face off. On the tie-up, Shaker will get it back for Cole Richard. He won't take the shot. He'll give it to Mayhew. Tried the one time, but it goes wide into the glass. Lenahan holds it. The captain tries to center it back over to Mayhew. Instead, it'll go cross ice all the way to the near side boards. He'll give it up. Joey Moore. Now to Lenahan, tries a one time, and that went wide once more. Shaker Heights really controlling it well on the power play. Hudson struggling to clear it here. Pass over to Lenahan. Save made. It's still loose out in front of the crease, and now it's totally loose. Even though Thome was trying to lay on it, it's freed up. Now Mayhew with the cross ice feed, unable to pull the trigger. Richard wraps it back around. Benincasa getting there first behind the net of Thome. He'll leave it to Lenahan. Lenahan looking for a pass, nothing quite open, so he'll take the shot, and it went wide. Connor Mayhew picking it back up, wraps it around. Lenahan once more gives it back up. Shaker Heights with some good puck control right now. Can Mayhew stick with it? Yes, he can. He'll take the shot, and he tipped it in, or no. That was all his accuracy. Connor Mayhew gives the Red Raiders the lead. He'll be first in line to the fist bumps. And the Red Raiders with a 2-1 lead with 10:22 to go in the second. That was a great shot by Connor Mayhew. It's what we've seen from him all season long in that time, with good setup out in front of the crease. He really screened Thome well, and he decided, heck, I'm just going to pull the trigger right here. And in doing so, he was able to find that far side post. But here's Hudson on a 2-on-1. The shot went wide. And out of the near side, it's held at the point for the moment by Murdo, but Arth takes it away. 2-on-2 rush the other way. On the counter, the shot is tipped in, goes wide. Keeping it in at the point is Cam Mayhew. Mayhew tries to leave it with Juan, but Juan pickpocketed from behind by Corbel. And he'll leave it to Carter. Carter along the left wing, tries to move it all around the net. Braden White going to take it over as he takes a big hit up high. Referee's not going to call the penalty. They're just calling it like playoff hockey, which of course it is. Here comes Braden White, taking it from the neutral zone and up into the zone. Past the blue line, he'll flip it in off the backhand. Joey Moore swooping in. He's acting as a forward with Lenahan and Lazar for the time being. Moore getting it back, leaving it to Lazar. Lazar back to Moore. Moore holding it for a second. Now he'll take the shot, but right at the crest of the jersey of Brody Thome. The sophomore goaltender keeping it a 1-goal lead for the Red Raiders. Shaker Heights got all their momentum back in the opening minutes of this second period. We'll see if they can keep laying it on early in the frame. Lenahan drops down, takes this face off, tried to kick it over behind himself, but it's not really going to work out. Benincasa and Mayhew had to keep it in, and indeed they're going to. Richard now controls the puck, flips it back over to Lenahan. Lenahan tried to center it back. No one was exactly there to take it back. And Shaker Heights' puck control is a lot better in these past couple of minutes, even past the power play. Here, a centering pass to Mayhew. Mayhew tries the shot, save made. Great opportunity that time. Good passing attempt that time. Here, Cole Richard puts on the brakes, tries to get back to it as he basically just deked around two Explorers. But now the Explorers are going to be able to clear the zone. Benincasa holds it in front of the red line of center ice. He dumps it in. Shaker Heights needs to touch back up in the neutral zone so that they avoid an offsides. Moore going to be able to create the offensive zone turnover, but it's passed back to Lenahan, hit by a stick of an Explorer in front. They'll clear it back to Benincasa, who dumps it right back in where it came from. Lowell Rich out right now with Moore and Lenahan. This one clears out of the zone. Cam Mayhew leaves it over to his senior defenseman, Braden White. White's pass intercepted in the neutral zone. Cam Mayhew playing his man well, and Drew Candace unable to keep it moving. Here, Lowell Rich off the far side boards, giving it to Joey Moore. Now Shaker Heights is playing like this is playoff hockey. Lenahan leaves it along the far side boards. This one played with a high stick. No, Hudson still sticks with it. It's going to be a 1-on-2 rush. Cam Mayhew almost stripped up his man, but he's able to stick with it as Braden White also moves over to play the man, and just too many Red Raiders swarm that forward. And for the moment, they get it out of danger, but Hudson still controls it in their attacking area. In past the blue line, now deep into the zone. Here it's with Max Corbel. Corbel leaving it to the point. Here's the shot, and a good butterfly save by Michael Better, and their big turnover to Joey Moore. Moore pokes it past, and he can create a breakaway chance. Takes the shot, but the save made by Brody Thome. Great hustle that time from Joey Moore. Did not give up on that play. But now Hudson has it back. Will they be able to do any damage, or will they turn it over once again in their defensive zone? Because they have done that a decent amount here in the second period. Both squads have almost flipped the narrative. Here's a 2-on-1 rush, however, developing for Hudson if they hurried. But now Brody Carter unable to stick with his man. Benincasa threw him off the puck, and so Aiden Salmon with the chance to clear. He hit the man set up along the near side boards. Kiltz takes the chance. He'll clear it away. Aiden Salmon getting back to the puck as it hit off a defenseman. Aiden Salmon makes his man look silly, and he'll bury it home. Nifty moves for the Red Raiders. And it's Aiden Salmon. A beautiful look by Aiden Salmon. And that's why I picked him. Aiden Salmon, my goodness. I looked at him before this game. I went up to him and I said, hey, are you going to score today? And he said, yep. And that's why I picked him. And there you go. 3-1, Shaker Heights with the lead. My goodness, he made that defenseman look totally out of his mind. 3-1, Shaker now leading the period 3-0. Hudson unable to clear it still as Cole Richard makes his one-man miss, leaves it to Colin Arth. Arth tries the shot, but a glove save made by Brody Thome as it was tipped up and in. Man, I'm going to give Aiden Salmon a big old hug after that one. Here, Cole Richard looking for the tip out in front was Lowell Rich. It's still loose right out in front of the crease. Hudson with a chance to clear it, but Benincasa keeps it in with the kick of his right skate. And now here, Aiden Salmon taking a man down. Lowell Rich following suit, taking it back in the slot. Ryan Kiltz trying to get the tip from Lowell Rich right out in front of the crease, but Hudson will clear it down. This will be an icing on the Explorers. 5:45 to go in the second period. Man, if they turn things around in these past 9 minutes, 3 goals in 9 minutes. And with the second period being as poor as they have been over these past couple of games, Shaker has decided to change it up. Different pacing here in the middle frame. Here, Max Brokaw out there instead of Colin Arth with Lenahan and Connor Mayhew. Hudson with a chance to clear it. Will they be able to? No, Lenahan swoops in, keeps it in off the back end, but a secondary effort and an extra Explorer going to be able to get it out from that point. Here in the neutral zone, Cam Mayhew tries to free it out. In the neutral zone, still with the Explorers, fishing it out will be Max Brokaw. Brokaw leaving it to Lenahan. Lenahan unable to get past Max Corbel. Corbel now trying to create a rush forward as Cam Mayhew threw him off the puck for a moment, but Brody Carter gets back to it. Here, a shot from the point, and it saved, went wide. Might have gotten a stick of Michael Better, and I believe it did. Here, a bunch of players taking some tumbles here along the corner boards. Dylan Ursetke and Max Brokaw, 2 freshmen, playing some physical battles. And right now, Hudson with a pass back out into the slot, and he'll misplay it here. Nolan Carter up against Cam Mayhew. Cam Mayhew able to skate it past the blue line here. Connor Mayhew trying to throw off Carter. And eventually Shaker will get it back. Wow, that was dirty hockey from both sides. Shaker unable to clear it out of their zone for right now. It's still held by the Explorers. Looking for the point shot, but it'll close up quickly. And now here right out in front, Cam Mayhew swats it away on the pass. 4:20 left to go in this second period. Lenahan trying to fish this one out and past the point, and indeed he's going to. This can create a 2-on-1 if they hurry, but Lenahan unable to get that pass back to Connor Mayhew. 4:10 left to go in the second. Here, Captain at the point for now. Ursetke wraps it back around, and now the freshman will come back over to the near side for the change. Here, Aiden Salmon maybe looking for goal number 2 if he can. And now he's tripped up, no call. Him and Joey Moore along the far side boards. Eventually it's freed out here to number 20, Drew Candace. Cole Richards sending it right back into the offensive zone. And now here a pass up to a captain, number 27, Tosi. Pickpocketed by Benincasa, but can Shaker just finish off the job and clear it out of their zone? Not just yet, but Benincasa with a good move around the man out in front. And again, that was the assistant captain, Tosi. 3:20 left to go in this second period. Shaker with a 3-1 lead. They have completely flipped the script here in this second period. Joey Moore handles it, tries to free it out to Isaac Lazar. He'll take the shot. He had Cole Richard working his way into the slot. Not sure he saw him, and so he ripped it on net, but instead it actually, in the end, went wide. My goodness, number 11, Max Corbel, needs to pick back up his stick. I'm not sure if you saw it there. It went flying. Here's the breakaway chance for Isaac Lazar, and he scores! 4-0 goes the period. 4-1 goes your score. And the Red Raiders getting their bench amped up as they now have a 3-goal lead with just under 3 minutes to go in this second period. Connor Mayhew drops down to take this face off. It's going to be handled by Hudson for now, but poked away by Ryan Lenahan. Good look to send it into their attacking zone. Hudson has struggled with maintaining possession in their own zone. But here it looks like they might be able to clear it out, and indeed they're going to Brody Carter once more. He's got some speed, but he's unable to work around the big man, Braden White. And here he comes trying to fly in to the near side corner boards. Instead, it's handled by Connor Mayhew, wraps it around. Brody Carter, again, if you can see his speed, he got right back to it. He took the shot, but it went wide. 2:15 to go in this second period. Braden White up against Carter once more. Brody Carter handling it for now up against Lenahan. Brody Carter able to get out of there. Here the shot, and it looks like the save made by Michael Better. 2:06 to go in this second period. Holy, has this been a phenomenal second period. One of the best second periods Shaker Heights has had over the course of their season. Here, this shot, save made. Rebound was given up, but it looks like Lowell Rich is going to skate it out from his own zone and dump this one in for Ryan Kiltz to try and get back to behind the net. Lowell Rich creates the turnover. Salmon with an outstretched arm trying to keep it in for the moment, trying to get a good stick lift on his opponent, but instead Kiltz is going to take it, wrap it around. Cole Richard, the sophomore, tries to clear it away. It hit off of an Explorer in front, but now his second effort will get past Lowell Rich and out from the zone. Here comes Cole Richard up the right wing now. A whole line of Red Raiders waiting for him at the blue line. And oh, what a shot and a goal! Pulling the trigger and beating Brody Thome. I'm not sure anyone here at the Kent State Ice Arena thought he was going to shoot it, but shoot it he did, and he fooled that goaltender. Again, what a phenomenal second period. What a shot from the defenseman, Cole Richard, right up into the top area of the net. Wow. Well, everyone during that first intermission was incredibly worried for the Red Raiders. I think a lot of those tensions have eased for the parents, but it's not over yet. Here at the point, Cam Mayhew tries a shot, goes wide. 75 seconds remain here in the second period. Here, Lowell Rich with the turnover along the red line of center ice. But an Explorer takes it right back. Rich now turns this one over. Here's an opportunity for Carter. And Nolan Carter is able to get it in off the backhand. Lowell Rich unable to get the pass out. Turned it over. And Nolan Carter took advantage and moves this score back. Is it 6-2? No, 5-2. How was it 5-2? Scored 5 goals to 3. Oh, yeah, you're right. 5-2 goes your score. A minute remaining here in the second frame. Shaker with a 3-goal lead. Behind the net, it's held up for now by Axel Schneider. Schneider almost losing this one, but Joey Moore tries to get in and make the play, but both of them actually are going to lose this one here. Kept in by the hand of Cole Richard, maybe looking for his second goal of the period. This one going to go wide. Behind the net, it's held up for now. 30 seconds remain in this middle period. Taking it, Cole Richard once again. Richard tries to center it over to Sebi Juan. It'll get right past him. And the cross-ice feed handled here by Brody Carter. Let's see if the other Carter can get something going. But getting back to him is the other sophomore out on the ice. It was Cole Richard once again on a good defensive effort here in the neutral zone. The Explorers handle. They'll send it up. It's Tosi. Tosi moves right past Cole Richard, but he isn't able to keep the puck with him. And as Shaker clears this one down the ice, time will expire on the second period. A great second period that Shaker will carry momentum in from. And hopefully Shaker can have a good third period to close out a victory. We'll see. They have a 3-goal lead now after the first 30 seconds of play. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. We've still got 15 more minutes to come here at the Kent State Ice Arena between your Red Raiders and the Hudson Explorers. The Red Raiders are leading. It's 5-2. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be back for the third. Hello, Shaker Heights Varsity hockey fans. Welcome back into the Kent State Ice Arena, home of the Kent State Golden Flashes Ice Hockey Club. Shaker Heights right now beating the Hudson Explorers. A very different energy for the Red Raiders entering into this third period than it was entering into the second. They were losing the second period, or excuse me, they entered into the second period down 1-0. They left that second period winning 5-2, and right now we'll see if the Red Raiders can hang on and punch their ticket moving in to a Tuesday game against University School, a big-time rival. And Shaker cannot cannot have first periods like they did today. They're going to need to enter in with the mentality knowing that they can win, and right now Shaker just needs to take it one step at a time. They need to beat these Hudson Explorers. If things go really south, this could be the final 15 minutes of ice hockey that the Red Raiders do play, but right now they are in position to win this hockey game. Here are the stats right now. Shots on goal, they're leading at 9-7, 14-12 on the entire game. That was just for the last period. And shots attempted, they're winning that the last period 20-13, and for faceoffs they're actually losing that stat 13-19. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to send you down as I'm going to be on the call for the third period. And we're back. 15 minutes left to go in the game. Shaker Heights up 5-2 on the Hudson Explorers with a 5-goal period for the second period. Again, the second periods have been their worst periods over the season, but they completely flipped the script there in the middle frame. And Shaker has really begun to find their footing. If they continue to play periods like they did that second period, they can even beat teams like the Hudson Explorers. Here, this one cleared out of play. So with 14.5 left to go in the third period, we're going to have a face-off back in the Hudson zone. We also now have a new goaltender for the Hudson Explorers. They sent out Ben Pinkerton, the junior goaltender. A lot more size on the kid. And after a poor second period showing from Brody Thome, they're going to have Pinkerton protect the crease this time. Here's Joey Moore, moves it to his forehand, try to take that shot into the top right corner, but instead it'll be freed up to Braden White, and it looks like that might have gotten tipped. A good time. Look, that time, once again, it's Braden White. Not sure if Lazar did get a tip on that or not. We're going to hear it from the scorer's table, see who they officially give it to. But regardless, it was a good shot by Braden White, and a good screen, nonetheless, by Isaac Lazar. Still the forwards going to be Lazar, Juan, and Moore. Shaker extends that lead back to 4. It's 6-2. Ben Pinkerton off to a rough start, only 40 seconds in, and he lets up a goal. Here's Sebi Juan on the far side boards. He'll leave it up to Isaac Lazar. The freshman tries to give it up to Joey Moore, but he's not able to stick with it. So out comes Max Corbel. And it looks like they will give the goal to Braden White. They called Isaac Lazar on the assist. So give Braden White another goal. That's back-to-back games with a goal. So shout out to the defenseman. He's been throwing a lot more shots on net, and it's been proving rather successful. Here a pass up is going to just barely get past Andy Benengasa, but he'll win the race back to it. Benengasa leaves it behind the net of Michael Better as he sends it to the sophomore co-defenseman Cole Richard. Richard sends it down. It'll hit off of the stick of Ryan Kiltz, and he's going to get there first behind the net of Pinkerton. Kiltz will keep it down low, trying to find Joey Moore. Moore able to fish it out from the corner boards. His pass goes just past Cole Richard, and he's going to try to get back to it, but this can create a good opportunity, and a good time back check from Cole Richard brought Taizo Tosi's shot to a halt, and it went wide. So Shaker now tries to counter the other way. Cole Richard will pick it up along the near side corner, but they're actually going to whistle this one dead as an icing call. 12:57 left to go in this third period of play. What? What? No. 6-2 your current score. The Red Raiders with the lead. This face-off handled by Kiltz as he dumps this one down the ice. Will it go on net? It will. So icing going to be waved off, and as Salmon gets there first, it'll turn from a face-off at the right side of the ice all the way down to the left side. They're going to leave Rich, Salmon, and Kiltz out. Our defensive pairing for the moment, Braden White and Cam Mayhew. Rich to take this face-off right now up against Candace. And Rich will lose it back to Candace. And this pass goes right to the backhand of Aiden Salmon. Is he able to wrap it back around? Unfortunately not. And unable to keep it in is Cam Mayhew. Shaker Heights needs to touch it up between the blue lines for them to try to begin another attack, but Hudson was able to clear it out before they did. Here, Kiltz in the zone. He'll free it up, try to take the shot into the top left corner, but instead it'll go wide. Braden White tried a shot as well. Is he able to keep it in at the zone? Just not able to, as it just went past him. As he dumped it inside of the zone once again, Lowell Rich trying to create the turnover. Now here comes Connor Mayhew. Mayhew leaving it to Kiltz. Kiltz now to Benincasa. Benincasa sends it back in deep behind the net of Pinkerton, who right now has 1 goal on 1 shot on goal. Shaker Heights with a 100% success rate up against Pinkerton. 6-2, your Red Raiders still with a lead with just under 12 minutes to go here in this third and final period. Here, pass up to the point, finds Cole Richard. He's got a goal of his own. Here's Arth, who has also got a goal. Richard gets it back as he splits the two Explorer forwards. Pass out in front to Connor Mayhew. He's a little bit tied up on a stick lift. Hudson's able to get it back, and we'll see how they can counter. Here they come, pass to the far side boards, but Brody Carter unable to stick with it. Cole Richard up to the senior, Benincasa. Benincasa going to give it right back to him as he keeps Carter chasing around. And now here a turnover, but Carter unable to keep with it. Here a pass over to Nolan Carter. The shot save made with a stick of Michael Better. Andy Benincasa trying to get back to it as he's in a physical battle up against Max Corbel. And now Brody Carter joining the play for the Explorers as well. We'll see who gets it. It'll go to the point this time for Marshall Murdo, but his shot went wide from the point. But Hudson's still with it. Here, pass to center it over to Brody Carter. Now here, a secondary chance. That time to Nolan Carter. The shot went wide. Carter trying to get it back with Murdo in the near side corner. Now here to Brody Carter, and the glove save made by Michael Better as he snatches it up with the leather. 10:44 to go in this third period. 6-2 your score with the Red Raiders leading at the Kent State Ice Arena. Shaker looking like a team that wants to take on the Preppers on Tuesday. Sebi Juan moving it in past the red line of center ice. He'll lose it to the couple of defensemen, but the Hudson Explorers defense sends it right into their bench. Referee trying to pick back up the puck, and eventually referee Petrie will get it back. With 10:36 to go in the third period, he'll drop it right outside the Hudson Explorer blue line, and it's one back to Braden White, who tries to dump it in, met by Max Grote, the defenseman of the Explorers, but Braden White sends it right back in as it flies up through the air, and as it lands back down, the referee already has his hand raised. It's an icing call. 10:25 to go in this third period. Your forward's going to be Schneider, Moore, and Juan. On defense for the moment, Cam Mayhew and Braden White remain. Face-off, one back by Candace. And it's wrapped around the boards. We'll see what Hudson can do for the moment. Trying to wrap it back around the alternate captain, Candace. Here, it's wrapped back around the other way to Candace. The alternate captain frees it up to the point. He was looking for Zodic. But now here to the opposite point. Here's a chance on the shot. It's tipped in. It went wide into the far side corner. It's handled for the moment by Tosi. Tosi to the alternate captain, who passes it right out in front. And John Paul Fliss is able to bury this one past Michael Better. And they move it back to a 6-3 score. And it's back to a 3 goal deficit. Ten minutes left to go in the third period. Shaker's still up by 3. Lowell Rich winning this one back to Andy Benincasa. Benincasa's past Aiden Salmon, misses the mark. Here comes his man Murdo. Murdo turns it right over to Lowell Rich, who sends it in off the backhand. Here Shaker comes in. That was just about offsides. Referee doesn't whistle it down. Here's Ryan Kiltz now skating it in past the red line, taking it to the right wing. Now he's going to center it himself. Looking for a pass. He's got nothing open. He'll wrap it around where Lowell Rich gets there first. Tries to center it back over to Aiden Salmon. Rich tried a shot, but the save made by Pinkerton. Here at the point, it's Benincasa. Benincasa keeps it there for a moment, but now it's freed back out. Nolan Carter, he's got a goal for the Explorers. He's looking to get another one. Can he get the shot off against Benincasa? No. Here Lowell Rich tips it. Here's an opportunity for Brody Carter. And the save made, but here's another wraparound chance. Big pad save by Michael Better. This shot tipped and goes wide. Hudson trying to lay down some pressure right now. Here's another shot. Again tipped and it goes wide. Ryan Kilt's going to try to get there first to get a breakaway opportunity, but it looks like the defenseman going to get there and send Kiltz into the far side boards. Lowell Rich keeping it in at the point for the moment. Cole Richard going to settle things down and take it between the blue lines. He'll dump it in and hop off for the change. Connor Mayhew and Ryan Lenahan along the near side. Lenahan tries to deke around the forward, won't work out, so Cam Mayhew holds it along the Red Raider blue line. Lowell Rich now brings it in as he takes a harsh hit along the far side. He is slow to get up along the far side, but eventually he will get back up to his skates, and he's going to take that slow skate over to the bench. Here, Hudson trying to counter. Braden White able to play his man correctly. And we'll see what Shaker Heights is able to get done here as this one, goes right past Michael Better. Trying to just flip it outside of the blue line was Colin Arth. Hudson keeps it in for an extra moment. Let's see if they can get an extra attack going. It's a 6-3 score to the advantage of the Red Raiders. They're going to clear this one down. Icing will be the call. Face-off will go back down to the Red Raiders side. Shots on goal for the third period to the advantage of Hudson, 5-2. Taking this off the draw was Brody Carter. He turns it right over to Andy Benincasa, who will clear it out of the zone. Connor Mayhew trying to get back to it in the neutral zone. Try to create a 2-on rush with Ryan Lenahan going up the right wing. Won't work out. Hudson takes it, clears it right into the Red Raider bench. Just about nearing the halfway point of this third period. 6-3 your score between the Red Raiders and the Hudson Explorers, with Shaker Heights leading at the Kent State Ice Arena. Hudson with a bit of home ice advantage here at the Kent State Ice Arena. This is typically their home, along with teams like Kent Roosevelt and Stowe Monroe. This is where they each play their games, just like Bowling Green High School plays at Bowling Green State University. Here a shot by Connor Mayhew went wide as he took it up the left wing. Here trying to keep it in Red Raider possession is Cole Richard. Connor Mayhew with a nifty move frees it back to the point where Cole Richard tries to work around Brody Carter, but the quickness of Brody Carter able to keep up with the sophomore defenseman. And so it's going to be Hudson sticking with it, just barely staying onside. Here's Murdo up the left wing trying to take it around the net. But a good poke by Cole Richard leaves a loose puck to Colin Arth. Arth tries to clear it out, but kept in for now by number 13, Marshall Murdo. And excuse me, that was Max Corbel earlier. Here a trip from Connor Mayhew, and the referee's going to call that one as Nolan Carter tried to create a play in the slot. 6:37 to go in the third period, and it looks like it's going to be the Explorers with their first opportunity on a man advantage. Looks like Hudson also going to take a timeout here as they look for a little bit of a Hail Mary of a final 6:37. With this timeout taking place, we're going to step aside as well. Each good team is going to talk things over about what they need to do on either the man advantage or the man disadvantage. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shaker with a 3-goal lead. It's 6-3 here in Shaker's second game of the OHSAA District Tournament. And they officially rule it a hooking on Connor Mayhew, so he's in the box for the next 2 minutes. Hudson with the opportunity to tack on a power play goal as they have Max Corbel out there to take the faceoff against Joey Moore. Sophomore against senior, and it looks like the senior Joey Moore going to win it back to Benincasa. Benincasa will clear it immediately and try to take some time off the clock in the first moments of the power play. There, a good rush by Sebi Juan. He's going to get there first. He tries to center it over to Joey Moore to maybe create a short-handed opportunity, but it ends quickly. 100 seconds remaining on the penalty. Here comes Corbel. Corbel banged up against the boards by Cole Richard. Joey Moore wraps it around, but it looks like Hudson will get it back as they wrap it back around the other way. Benincasa going to try to take it back. Tries to lift the stick of Corbel, but instead he'll free it out to Carter. Brody Carter tipped out in front, and a nifty little play that time to pop it into the back of the net. That time it was the defenseman Luke Zoidic. And Hudson inches a little bit closer. It's now a 2-goal advantage for the Red Raiders. This has turned into a high-scoring affair. Less than 6 minutes remain here in the third period. Joey Moore to take this face-off up against Drew Candace. Senior against senior. Connor Mayhew tried to take it, but he won't win it. Here they have the second line of defense, and back out we have the big guns of Joey Moore, Connor Mayhew, and Ryan Lenahan, and this is exactly why. 3-on-1 rush. Here's Connor Mayhew, freed in the slot, and he buries it right back. And that's why they're sending out Joey Moore, Connor Mayhew, and Ryan Lenahan all at once. It's because they make plays like that happen. And Connor Mayhew able to keep it going with another goal here. And that lead goes back up to 3. 5:40 to go in the third period. Less than 20 seconds between goals. Good look from this line. We'll see if they can do it again. And maybe double up the Hudson score once more. Right now it's 7-4. Let's see. 5.5 remaining in the third period. Hudson tries to clear it. Oh, Braden White tried to keep it in with a kick of the skate. Now Aiden Salmon's beat, but he'll just lose it. Tezo Tossi lost it along the far side corner board. Shaker will get it back, and they're going to clear it away. That'll go on net to Pinkerton. Pinkerton leaving it over to Murdo. Here, Aiden Salmon now out with Joey Moore and Ryan Lenahan, the defensive pairing, Benincasa and Richard. Here, Hudson has it, and here, Aiden Salmon collides with Zoidic. Zoidic throws him off, but now Aiden Salmon goes on a little bit of a rush, trying to clear it out of the zone. Here's a shot from the blue line, hit off of the stick of Richard, and went wide. Here's another opportunity that time for number 12, Fliss. Here was the last goal scorer, or I believe that was actually maybe 2 goals ago. Regardless, John Paul Fliss, the junior forward, is robbed by the glove of Michael Better. Less than 5 minutes to go here in this third period. Shaker with a 3-goal lead. This face-off, one back to Brody Carter. This shot, no one knows where it went. Oh, it's with Connor Mayhew. Must have got caught up in his skate. Or maybe up in his pant leg. I'm not exactly sure what happened. No one knew where it went. Here, Benincasa takes it behind the net of Michael Better. Sends it down. Isaac Lazar giving chase along the right wing. Let's see who gets there first. Looks like Lazar will lose the race, but he will take down his man Zoidic. But eventually another Explorer going to get back in his own zone and create another rush for Hudson and the Explorers. 4:15 to go in this third and final period. Here's Benincasa holding it behind the net, and now he's taken down into the boards. No penalty call that time. Here, Juan just trying to free it out in the slot, but instead it'll go to Brody Carter. Here, Connor Mayhew tries to clear it down, kept it at the point for now, and here, trying to create a good tip on Zoidic's shot was Brody Carter, but the save made by Michael Better once more. 3:55 remain in the third period. Joey Moore to take this face-off. It will once again be won by the alternate captain, number 20, Drew Candace. Here's a shot on goal, or maybe that was a pass out in front. Not exactly sure the intended target. Lenahan was on the rush forward, but instead it's kept in by the hand of number 22, Luke Zoidic. Here, this shot was tipped but went wide. The alternate captain, Candace, beaten by a physical work of the captain, Joey Moore. And now here, along the boards, a man takes a tumble. Lenahan going to take it. He'll try a shot. Save made. Here's another opportunity for Max Brokaw, but another secondary save made by Ben Pinkerton, the junior, keeping it a 3-goal deficit. 3:23 to go in the third period. Shaker with a 7-4 lead, an 11-goal game between the two teams. And that's what we call some fun high school hockey. We saw the same. And this was actually the score in the last game, Orange and Solon. Orange was able to just inch it out over the Comets. And now the winner of that one going on to take, I believe, yes, that's Kenson. Here down the right wing, Kilt's going to give chase, but the race won by John Paul Fliss once again. Now here, turnover created by Cole Richard and Andy Benincasa along the red line. Trying to get it back is Richard, and he will at the point of the Red Raiders zone. Here's Benincasa up. Now along the near side boards, he'll keep it pushing. And maybe here he's going to try to create an offensive attack of his own, but as he tries to center it, he'll take a little bit of a trip. No call. Here trying the one-time chance is Lowell Rich. Trying to get it back is Ryan Kiltz in the high slot. And Lowell Rich will create the turnover along the blue line. He doesn't have much of a passing lane open, so he'll just flip this one behind the net of Pinkerton. 2.5 remaining in this third period. Salmon sends it right back around to Lowell Rich, who tries to center it, but Kiltz unable to get there first. Hudson able to clear this one down. Will this go on net? No, it's just wide left. And we're going to see another icing call with 2:19 to go in this third period. 7-4. Your score with Shaker Heights leading it. Looks like they're going to be able to finish this one off and play the Preppers on Tuesday evening. Here, face-off one back to Ryan Lenahan. Lenahan hanging on for the moment. Tries to center it back over to Moore. Moore tries the cross slot pass over to Connor Mayhew, but it'll just go wide of his intended man. Here, Connor Mayhew going to get it back. He'll wrap it around. Lenahan going to try and hash it out with the other guy out on the ice, Timothy Aboud. But it looks like Hudson has it there. A big hit laid by Joey Moore along the Hudson bench. My goodness, number 15, Luke Fliss, taking a big-time tumble. And here's another rush going for the Red Raiders. Connor Mayhew trying to beat out the two defensemen on the centering pass. It won't get to Joey Moore. He'll flip it back out in front of the crease. Connor Mayhew unable to get back in time to make the shot happen. Connor Mayhew with a good stick lift. Gives it up to Cam Mayhew. Joey Moore now takes it into the zone past the blue line. He's looking for a good shot. He'll go through the legs of the defenseman, but he's once again unable to get that shot away. Joey Moore now leaves this one to Lenahan, but he's handled quickly by Luke Fliss. Hudson trying to get a good attack going through the legs of Joey Moore this time. Delayed offsides on the Hudson Explorers. Touching up is Braden White in the Red Raiders zone. He's going to get it back as he banks it off the boards to himself. Now Lenahan takes it, tries to flip this one forward, and now here's a 2-on-1 developing. Joey Moore leaves it to Sebi Juan. He's got a wide open shot. He'll take it. Save made by Pinkerton with the right pad. Here Juan trying to get it back. Now here's Lenahan on a good opportunity, and honestly not bad accuracy. It'll hit off of the top of the stick of Pinkerton. Trying to get it back is Juan and Lenahan in the corner. Juan now handles, sends it around the boards. It almost died on the boards. Didn't have a whole lot on it. Here keeping it in at the point is Joey Moore. Now Lenahan. Lenahan trying to center it back over to Juan. Won't connect. Now Moore takes it back in the slot. He's got an opportunity on the shot. He'll take it, and a blocked shot is made by a defenseman out in front. Now this one flipped over the net. Here's Sebi Juan. Juan unable to really make the shot happen on the backhand. Now it'll go back to Juan. Juan trying the shot on the forehand, but not able to make it happen. Lenahan leaves it to Moore out in front of the crease. Unable to get it going. It's freed out to the point. Benincasa tries his luck at a shot, and here it's kept in just barely, but now Moore going to hold it, send it back in the neutral zone to his defenseman. They're going to kill the rest of the time. Shaker will live to see another game as they will take on University School on Tuesday. Shaker Heights will have a lot to work on until that game on Tuesday. They've got a lot to clean up before they take on the Preppers. But my goodness, you got to respect Hudson's game. They're going to be heading home. This will conclude their season. And a lot of their players entering into the handshake line with hanging heads, but they have to keep their heads high. They did play a great game against the Red Raiders. 7-4 going to be your final today between the Red Raiders and the Hudson Explorers. So before we head off, we'll give you the stats and also just the story of the game. So Hudson did win the shots attempted 35-30, but they lost the shots on goal 24-22. For the face-offs, Shaker still struggling in that stat, and they lost it 28-22. On the power play, though, Shaker Heights was able to get their one power play going. They went 1-for-1. Hudson was unable to get their power play going. They went 0-for-1, and we'll see if Shaker Heights is able to move forward with that kind of power play success against a team like University School, who they were shut out by last time. 6-0 was your score the last time Shaker Heights took on the Preppers. It was back home at Thornton Park. Shaker Heights did have a packed crowd. We'll see what the crowd looks like here at the Kent State Ice Arena. It will once again be held. It'll be for the quarterfinal matchup, Shaker Heights versus the University School Preppers. Another big-time rivalry that Shaker can't wait to take on the Preppers and try to get their revenge. As a lot of these parents said after that U.S. game, it will be a good game in the postseason. Postseason hockey, always a different kind of game that every single team plays. As we saw, Hudson came out and they battled against these Red Raiders. Hopefully Shaker Heights can take in that same mentality. They're not supposed to win, but it's a question of whether they are just able to play a good 45 minutes and just outplay their rival. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the play-by-play call here from the Kent State Ice Arena. We will see you on Tuesday. 5 o'clock will be your puck drop. Shaker Heights versus University School for the quarterfinal.